So David Barton is the founder of WallBuilders that presents America's forgotten history and heroes with an emphasis on our moral, religious, and constitutional heritage. A national news organization has described you as the American historian. How did you become like America's historian?
I hated history because my history teacher in 6th grade, I remember, told me that George Washington had 26 illegitimate children, giving new meaning to the phrase Washington slept here. I thought, that's the national hero? I'm not interested. And so I got turned off history and didn't like anything about American founding, etc. When I was done with college, I taught math and science, coached basketball, became principal, and I got into a situation where I stumbled across some really old, original historical documents, and they dealt with George Washington. And they're exactly the opposite of what my teacher told me. So I'm going, whoa. I wonder if anything else I was taught wrong. What's happened in the last several decades, America has lost any kind of knowledge of who our heroes are.
You really break that down in your book, Jefferson Lies.
Yeah, Jefferson Lies.
They attacked that book, by the way.
They attacked that book. And because they didn't like the conclusion it came to. But cool thing is I had 1,500 footnotes, and they all go back to original documents. They don't go back to some professor's book. They go back to the originals. Politics has gotten involved in this. We're not getting truth in history. We're getting a political view of history that somebody wants us to think. I'm asked in a bunch of states to help write their history and government standards. And the first thing I look for is not what's in the standards, but what's not in the standards. In other words, what did they drop out? We got the 1619 Project that talks about how America is founded with racism. Jamestown is the proof of the racism of America. Okay, so just a few facts along the way. There were slaves that came ashore in Jamestown in 1619. That's true. The rest of the story is when they came ashore, Jamestown said, we don't permit slavery in Jamestown. It's illegal here. So those slaves that came ashore in Jamestown were all made free. The first occasion of lifetime slavery in America is when a black man sues to own another black man. And then you find out there's another colony that started in 1620. When a slave ship arrived there in 1646, they actually imprisoned the captain and all the officers because slavery is illegal there. In 1641, there was Matthias de Souza, a black man. He is elected by a white community to be in the state legislature in Maryland. Jump ahead to something like 1768. Wentworth Chaswell is a black man. He held 8 different political positions. And then let's just jump into the Civil War time. By the time you get to 1876, there have been 1,000 black elected officials in America by 1876. When did Great Britain elect their first black official to office? 1987. When did Italy elect its first black official to office? 2010. And we did it back in 1641? Wait a minute. And you go, wow, I've never heard that before. And it's because we don't know our history.